the problem is.
Riley?
Are you saying it's not? Are you saying you're not a victim of men? Because what are we talking about?
No, what I'm saying here is what we are suffering from as a nation. Really globally, what we're suffering from.
Have been a victim of men. That is true.
No, she's a victim. She's a victim of gay men.
Here, let me take you back. Let me tell you what I'm a victim of.
Riley Gaines went on Piers Morgan and absolutely schooled Piers Morgan and the rest of the panelists when it comes to the trans women in sports issue. This one was a very, very heated debate between Piers Morgan and a lot of other people. With Piers Morgan, Riley Gaines, Brandon Tatum, some other gay guy is on the panel as well, who is very, very, passionate, I'll just say, about these issues, and things got really heated between Piers Morgan and Riley Gaines and Brandon Tatum and the other gay guys. So let's check this out, and we'll get to the point where Riley Gaines really does school Piers Morgan, and Piers Morgan and her kind of get into a bit of a shouting match about the whole issue. Let's check this out.
Pronoun thing is a lot of crap. But for the benefit of this conversation, let's move past that. I'll call her she, if that's what she wants to be called. But what she is not is a biological woman. Until her mid-20s, she identified as a gay man. And that's the point there that Brandon was making. And for someone who was a gay man to put their hand up and say, I'm now a woman, and by the way, I'm going to make tens of millions.
Misunderstanding what?
Hang on. So make tens of millions of dollars mocking women, which is how many women see it. I think that is
mocking
wrong.
Women, or Kylie was mocking women, or Madonna was mocking women just because
Kylie and Madonna are women.
Their femininity.
They're women.
It's not okay to say that, and you're misunderstanding how difficult it is to discover your identity as a woman.
I don't see Dylan Mulvaney struggling at all.
Dylan Mulvaney has documented.
Dylan Mulvaney is reveling in mocking womanhood.
No.
Well, actually, the thing is, I don't think Dylan Mulvaney, I don't take offense to what Dylan Mulvaney is doing, because it makes sense. In the current media landscape that we live in, it makes sense for this man, it's a man, to become as flamboyant, effectively caricature of a woman. And I don't take offense to it, because I treat Dylan Mulvaney like he is, which is a mentally unwell person. He is a mentally unwell person. I don't see him as a woman.
Look at Brandon Tatum, bro. He's loving this. This guy, sorry, I don't mean to misgender. I'm sure it's not a guy. I'm sure it's a they, them or something. But that person is getting so emotional. It's so crazy how just like a couple words can just run their entire emotions. Like, if you just say Dylan Mulvaney is a he, they just melt down. They just break down. Like, this person right here cannot handle it.
People.
He's not a woman. He's a mentally unwell person.
In a case like this, where Dylan Mulvaney's only identified as a woman for 2 years and was a gay man till her mid-20s, I don't think
do you realise that Dylan?
James, I don't think you have any right to compel women to say that this is.
Do you understand how difficult it is to realise that you're trans, to understand the complexity? Do you understand the complexity of that?
How does this help them?
You have trans
How does this help trans people?
Do you have any idea how difficult it is to be a woman?
Riley has a very good riposte.
We've discussed this before.
Hang on, Riley.
Doesn't make you right.
You mentioned you have no idea how difficult it is to identify as trans. Let me ask you, do you have any idea how difficult it is to be a woman in today's climate, and then to be entirely mocked by a man merely posing to be a woman?
How
do you
you
have
feel,
any
and that is not true. That is not Dylan's.
I don't know how difficult it is, because from my point of view, and from probably a lot of you point of view watching this, Dylan Mulvaney was someone who was trying to be a Broadway actor, I believe, trying to be in the entertainment industry as an actor. And it seemed like a bit of a failed actor. And now they're being able to go viral on TikTok over and over again, go viral on YouTube over and over again, simply for no other reason other than they are trans. Like that's the only reason. There's nothing funny, charismatic, entertaining about Dylan Mulvaney. The only reason why they are going viral is because Dylan Mulvaney is trans and there's controversy around it. That's it. And also the TikTok algorithm might be pushing that sort of propaganda. That's a whole nother discussion, though.
That's how I feel. There's been an avalanche. There has been an avalanche of people on TikTok, on the left and the right, coming out now saying, hold on, this is wrong. And this isn't the first time that Dylan Mulvaney has been under fire.
Here's the thing.
His first days of girlhood, He
I'm
came
not
out
gonna have a
after day
conversation with you, keep
365 or whatever
misgendering
day
her.
it was.
You can't compel people to do that.
Yes,
you
I
can't.
can, because
No, you
it's-
can't. You can call
It's
Dylan Mulvaney.
discrimination.
You can call.
If you enjoy content like this, then make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. It really does help me out a ton. Let's get back to the video.
Call Dylan
It's
Mulvaney
discrimination,
whatever
Piers.
you want.
It's discrimination.
But Riley Gaines, of all
And listen,
people.
Riley, I do sympathise with you,
You know
about
what?
how
No,
difficult
let
it is
me
to be
tell
a
you
Riley
woman.
Gaines has
something.
had to
You know
compete
what?
against
Riley, I
biological
want to listen
males.
to how difficult it is to be a woman because I want to understand that. I know that's tough. As a gay man, I'm also a victim of the patriarchy. We all bloody are. Like, it's
Look, we don't need to do
bloody
the
awful.
identity
I've seen the
politics.
Barbie movie.
You are
Let me tell you
part of the
something.
patriarchy.
You
What are you
mentioned-
talking
I've
about?
read the book. I
You
understand,
mentioned
but you're
you mentioned discrimination.
you being a
You
woman.
mentioned discrimination.
Let Riley
Let me
speak.
tell you
Stop talking
something.
over the
Do
woman.
you
I haven't
believe
finished my
that it's
point. No one's
okay?
allowing me to finish.
No, dude, you are not allowing anyone to say anything because like, Brandon Tatum's still laughing over here. Oh, you can't even see him, but he's still smiling. He's still laughing over there. But every single time somebody says he in referring to Dylan Mulvaney, this guy just melts down and won't let anyone speak. Can't even finish a sentence. It's crazy how one word can have so much control over someone's emotions.
Finish your point.
What's your point?
Am I allowed
ahead.
to speak?
Sure.
God, okay, fine, I finished.
What's your point? You haven't got one, have
My
you?
point, no, I
Riley.
have. My point is, Riley, that
Let me say something.
I understand how hard it is
Okay,
to be
go
a woman
ahead.
and that you fought so hard to be a woman, and I have so much empathy with that, so I can understand why it is so upsetting when, in your view, someone who isn't a woman comes along and says they are, because it undermines all of the history of what women have been through.
Yes.
But that's not a trans woman's fault. That is men's fault. Men are the problem, not Dylan, not trans women.
Oh, men are the problem.
Except
No
trans women
lying
are
about
men.
objective
Men are the. Of course, I
truth
knew
is
it would
the
come back to us.
That is what.
Yeah, why don't we all, if we're all the problem, why don't we all just identify as women? Boom, problem solved. There's no more problem in the world. Guys, we've solved the issue. Men are the root cause of all issues in the world, even though men literally have built every single piece of infrastructure that you're using every single day. The internet, the roads, the buildings that you're sitting in while recording these videos. Men have built all of this. But if men are the root cause of all the problems in today's society, then why don't we all just identify as women? And then boom, no more problems in today's society. We just cracked the code. Oh my God.
What the problem is.
Riley?
Are you saying it's not? Are you
Let me
saying
tell
you're
you
not
something.
a victim
You-
of men? Because what are we talking
No,
about?
what
She's
I'm
a
saying
victim
here
of
is what we are
biological
suffering
men.
from as a
No,
nation.
they're women.
Really
No, no.
globally,
And
what we're
women
suffering
in a
from.
forever have been a victim of men. That is truth.
No, she's
right?
a victim. She's a victim of gaming.
Here, let me take
That's
you
what
back.
this-
Let me
that's
tell
what
you
this
what
is.
So
I'm
gay
a
men are the
victim
victim.
of.
Do you know what? Let's just pick on all the minorities.
Let me-
Let's throw
Dylan
Megan in as
Mulvaney
well.
is
Let's
a
chuck
gay
in
man
Megan.
that's doing this.
You think
So
Megan's
is
a
Leo
minority?
Thomas and all
I am
these other
so
people.
done with this conversation.
Let
Yeah.
me tell you. Let
Isn't
me
it
tell
interesting
you
how
what I'm a
James wants
victim
to
of.
control everyone's
Like it actually is ridiculous how brainwashed these people are, because what this guy is doing, I think he genuinely believes everything he's trying to say here. But what this guy is saying is he's trying to relate to other people. Like he knows that he can't compete, you know, with his facts and logic and everything. So he's trying to relate to the black girl right here and to Riley Gaines because they're women and they're victims of the patriarchy, just like gay men, just like him, just like Dylan Mulvaney. And that's all he has. So he's like, whenever they're trying to use facts and logic to say, you know, men shouldn't compete in women's sports, he's like, but guys, why are we picking on the women and the gay men? We should be picking on the white men. Those are the real enemies. And it doesn't matter how much facts and logic are involved. We shouldn't pick on the minorities. We should pick on the white men. We should criticize them for existing. That's what we should be doing here, guys. Shouldn't we all just come together and do that together?
No, I don't. I just want everyone to have a nice, civilized conversation.
You want to control
Piers.
everyone's speech,
Why
and
is
how
no
they
one-
speak, and how they refer to people. They're not allowed to have their opinions.
Yes,
Only
they are.
You want to mansplain
not-
to women what they should be thinking, and at the same time, you want to blame the
I'm
patriarchy.
not. I want everyone to be kind to everyone.
Oh, no, you don't.
That's what. Yes, I
Hold
do.
on, stop right
yes,
there.
I do.
Except for white men. Except for white men. Everyone except for white men.
It is
me,
not
the
kind.
patriarchy. Want to
It
be
is-
kind to me?
It is not kind to ask a young girl to undress in front of a man. That is not kindness. What kindness
Right.
is. And if that's what you believe your definition of kindness is, you have a totally warped perception. And let me tell you, it's not inclusive to ask a girl like myself what happened to me and my teammates. It's not inclusive to ask us to smile and step aside and allow these men onto our podiums. That is not what inclusion is. That is exclusion. And it's exclusive to the very female athletes or women in general who Title IX in the women's sporting category was passed to protect and to honor and to celebrate and to uphold.
And
so I
Riley,
think we have very
for those
different
who
definitions of what kindness really is.
Right, so Riley, I totally agree with you. And Riley, for those who don't know what's going on with the NCAA, the National Collegiate Athletic Association in America, you're one of many athletes, female athletes, suing them for their transgender participation policy. Why?
But you guys see, like, when Riley Gaines is allowed to talk for more than 15 seconds at a time, she just shuts down all of the woke nonsense. And so could Brandon Tatum, and so could this other lady here. I'm not sure who she is, but she seems like she's, on the anti-woke side as well. All this guy has in the middle, this gay guy with the nice shirt, nice sweater on, all he has is policing people's speech. All he has is saying, oh, but you offended me, and I'm a minority, I'm a gay man, you shouldn't be coming after me. Or, oh, you misgendered Dylan Mulvaney, oh, you misgendered Leah Thompson. Like, that's all they have. They don't have any facts, arguments, they don't have anything like that. They don't have any logic behind what they're saying. Whereas Brandon Tatum and Riley Gaines are sitting here like, just let me talk for 15 seconds and I can shut down literally all of your arguments. It's so easy for us on our side. It's just getting a word in is the hardest part. Getting around their policing of speech is the hardest part of the whole thing.
Yeah, so basically the NCAA, their most basic duties are to protect athletes, both male and female, to protect their opportunities, to protect their safety, to protect their privacy in areas of undressing. And bottom line is the NCAA is failing on every account of that by allowing men into our fields, onto our courts, in the pool with us, in our locker rooms. So that's what this lawsuit is about. That's what we're hoping to change here. So again, myself plus 15 other athletes who have been adversely impacted at the hands of the NCAA are now taking legal action and saying what they are doing explicitly and actively and directly is discriminating against us on the basis of our sex. And so to your point, if we want to talk about discrimination, that's exactly what my teammates and myself and my competitors and girls around the country, again, at the hands of the NCAA, continue to have happen to
Well, you're
them.
also
Yeah, it's based from Riley Gaines as per usual. And once again, this guy is probably about to say something about something that, she referred to someone as the wrong pronouns or some other nonsense instead of actually talking about the point that Riley Gaines is trying to make. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Riley Gaines won this exchange? Do you think, Brandon Tatum and Piers Morgan and everybody else who has any sort of common sense won this exchange? Or do you think this guy with the nice sleeveless sweater on won this exchange? Let me know in the comments what you're thinking about this whole thing of Riley Gaines appearing over on Piers Morgan Uncensored with these other people, with Brandon Tatum and the others. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and hope to see you guys on the next video.